Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, on this 2025. This is how to dismantle a DJI battery for the FPV drone in less than 5 minutes. This battery is working. It has a charge. And time. The timer will be on the screen. It has now been removed from the case. Okay, so we have our BMS board up here. We have our power distribution board right here. First of all, we want to be very careful in removing this thermal wire here, temperature sensor. Then we pull the wire through. Like I said, this battery has charge in it. What we're going to do is cut these wires halfway up here so we can give ourselves a room to work with. We want to cut these wires individually. First, we will start with a black. You don't want them to be touching each other. And then the red, the last. All right, so we'll put this battery aside. What we're going to do is get this kind of adhesive out of here. Connector removed. We already have one that has been pre-wired up with the balance leads. So we'll be using that one. And as you can see here, we have our test leads put into our battery here. We have our test board, our board that we just took out, our BMS board under here, plugged into the drone. We have our goggles hooked up. What we see in the side is 62% for the battery is displayed. This is not a fully charged battery, but it is over half, so that is the percentage is displaying properly in the goggles. And we have our remote control as well that is show you that it is ready to start up just fine and turns off. So everything is operating perfectly as it should. So this is a quick tutorial on how you can take apart a battery in less than 5 minutes and then test the board to see whether it will work. So we have performed that function, and now we can utilize the board in any configuration that you choose to put the board into, which means in a case. All right, I'm turning it off now. We don't need anything further. We have successfully conducted our test, and we remove the balancing lead. And here is the board, just so you can see how it was attached. Just plugged in here, and this is button operates like normal, like you would a normal button here. This is what it presses, is right there. So nothing tricky or fancy about it. Anybody can do this from any battery that you have or acquire. And you simply plug in the balancing leads to, after soldering this, here's my test leads. And so now I have performed my test, and what we can now do is solder on an XD60 onto these leads here, and therefore be able to utilize this board and to power the drone utilizing non-DJI batteries. So our next question will be, what do we do with this? Well, this was advertised to have a lot of cycles on it, and I can confirm that. So I can use this for something else. It can still power the drone. We can take balancing leads, which can be gotten the other ends of these, as we have done in the past, and solder them onto here. We can put an XD60 on here, and we can have a good battery to utilize in another capacity or to power the drone. Whichever you desire, this battery is not wasted. It can be utilized in another capacity. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below.